As the sun sets on one full week of the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship, still a lot to play for. These two teams, one of them still has a chance at a top 10 finish in the world rankings. The other will play for 13th, but right now it's all about tonight. The Netherlands and Puerto Rico placement rounds of the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Opening face-off from Rady Field in San Diego coming up next on ESPN+. The 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship is sponsored by Rady Children's Hospital, the largest children's hospital on the West Coast, ranked among the 10 best children's hospitals in the nation. A look at Rady Field, the site of tonight's 9-14 battle between the Netherlands and Puerto Rico. How they got here. The Netherlands lost their opening game of the tournament to Ireland in pool play, 12-6. They then rattled off 3 wins in a row, beating Peru, Korea, Latvia. That gave them a date with the Australians yesterday, where they fell 18-7 and found their way into this 9-14 slot. For Puerto Rico, they opened with 3 wins in a row, beating the Czech Republic, Sweden, and the Philippines. They lost to Israel, had a date with the English, and pushed them all the way to OT in the playoff round yesterday. They fell to the English 7-6, and here we are tonight as they battle for 9-14. One of these teams will meet Ireland, as all the scores around the World Lacrosse Championship today starting to roll in. Some games still in action tonight with Uganda and Austria, the Swiss playing. We've got USA and Israel and Canada all over Jamaica earlier this evening, but a fantastic sight for World Lacrosse just to see Jamaica get a shot at the Canadians. There's a shot of the starting goaltender for the Netherlands, Thomas Heidsma. He wears number 84. This is his second World Championship. He's battled to a 50% save percentage, 7 goals against average, and played 162 minutes. For Puerto Rico, they're going to go with Will Mark out of Syracuse University. He was a top 25 finish for the Tewaaraton Award once upon a time. He's been fantastic in this tournament. 7.59 goals against average. He's played 237 minutes with a 46 save percentage. Referees are going to take a look at the nets and do a little repair. Someone must have stung one hard and low earlier. Lots of action has been had on these nets over the last week. We are 7 days in to this 10-day World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Gold medal game will be Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock West Coast time. We say good evening in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and good morning in Amsterdam. Thanks for checking us out on ESPN+. My name is Brad Challoner. So happy to be with you in this fantastic week of lacrosse. Uganda getting into action. The Haudenosaunee playing teams like Japan and Hong Kong, which is just going to mean so much to the growth of lacrosse in those nations. And same thing with these two. The Netherlands are going to climb up the world rankings. They were 22nd overall in this tournament in 2018. They can finish only as low as 14 now. So no matter what, I think this tournament a success for the Orange. For Puerto Rico, they finished 8th in 2018. They won't finish that high this time around, but impressive that they can look at number 9 still and be world-class top 10 finishers in back-to-back tournaments. They debuted in this tournament only in 2018. So the second shot at this tournament for Puerto Rico, and they could lock up another top 10 finish. Impressive stuff with a roster littered with Division I lacrosse players from all over North America with Puerto Rican roots. So the opening face-off we go. The Netherlands as a team, not great, 38.9%. That'll have to be better tonight to get some possessions. Puerto Rico, they're battling at 51%. That's middle of the pack in this World Championship. Both teams coming off losses to A-pool teams. Both teams hungry to climb the world rankings. And the Amsterdam team, the Netherlands team, will have the first possession. Brady Vibrance, 16 ground balls. That's top 10 in the tournament. He plays at St. Bonaventure University here in America. He cuts around the net, tries to get topside, being bodied to the outside by his defender. Good one-on-one short stick on short stick matchup with Brandon Elvies, keeping him at bay. Tons of Dutch fans in attendance here tonight at Rady Field. It has been one of the deepest fan bases at this event. And Puerto Rico rolls pretty deep too, so this should be a fun atmosphere as we wind things down with one of the nightcap games. Vanderhorst. He'll go top center to Bas Verhaar. He'll kick it to number 14, Jel Erik de Vries. 4th World Championship for number 14 in orange. He goes to Vanderhorst. Puerto Rico pushes tempo. They can run in transition, and they can score in bunches. Nice slide help to take away the lane from De Vries as he kicks it back to the point to Vanderheide. Back behind the net, one-on-one short stick matchup as Bovey tries to get topside. Back to Jel Erik de Vries. And Jorst Vanderhorst up from the U20 team. Stall warning's on the first possession of the game from the Netherlands. They want them to go, and they do. Stick save, Will Mark. One shot, one stop, and Puerto Rico will clear. Big test early with the stall warning on. The Dutch go straight to cage. And Will Mark, who's been a standout in this tournament. Few keys to success in this tournament. You need a solid face-off guy. You need about a 60% face-off team to get those extra possessions that kill games like this. You need fantastic goaltending. Some of the teams at the top that are still battling in the playoff positions have just that. Those are two real key ingredients in the gumbo that makes up a World Championship lacrosse roster. Now the Dutch on defense, quick on the hands. Puerto Rico to the inside. Kevin Lewis. Pick set for Lewis. Man, body down, no flag. Sidestepping in is Russell Melendez. Winding up, stutter step, gets topside, fires. That one goes wide. Good look from Russell Melendez, who scored 37 goals with John Hopkins this spring. A great number against tough competition. Kevin Lewis out of Lafayette College goes to work on the Puerto Rican offense. Kevin Lewis. There's a man open far side. Melendez sees it now. Brennan Banks. Pass down low. Banks cuts. Coming around up top is Ramirez. Nothing there. Kicks it to Melendez. Flag on the field as Joshua Belcarcel runs away from trouble. And a Dutch penalty. Joost Vanderhoost. Excuse me, that's Graham Rico with the penalty. Man up, advantage for Puerto Rico. 3 man-up goals so far this tournament. That's 19th out of 30 teams. As the Let's Go Defense chant fires up field side here from the Orange supporters. Brennan Banks will snipe one from top center. Sidearm shot stings the top shelf. And on the man up, Puerto Rico's up 1-0. Take a look at this shot. Ball goes from the bottom crease. Sidearm short side is one of the toughest shots to make in lacrosse. That stick is coming all the way across your body. More often than not, that thing's going well wide, and he stings it right in the junction of the goalposts. 1-0 PR with 9:37 to go first quarter. Shot coming from Brennan Banks. Midfielder out of Florida Tech. And the face-off won by Puerto Rico. Banks scores the goal, gets the loose ball. Good stat line so far tonight for number 9. Now Kevin Lewis being watched by the long pole of Jan-Jaap van Oort. Justin Ukros. Back to Russell Melendez. Has the tape on his left calf. See so many players limping around this SDSU campus, ice bagged out, bruised up. Spinning to top side, shot. Doesn't make its way through the solid Dutch defense. Ground ball still up for grabs in front of the Dutch net. It's finally picked up and a run to safety by Brady Vibrance. Credit him with another ground ball on the tournament. He can sniff them out when they're on the carpet. Now on the run is Jake Bowman. Bowman to the offense. Alderic Vanderheide, San Diego native, in front of friends and family who go behind the Dutch net. Back up top to Jake Bowman. 11 goals so far for Bowman. One of the strongest offensive threats on this squad. And Yella Meerman. Big one-on-one short stick matchup as Meerman tries to get free. Double comes over, takes him down to the ground. Where's the ground ball? Meerman still has it, spinning away from trouble. Now he coughs it up. And an aggressive slide help from the Puerto Rican defense to get back the ball. 7 minutes to go. first quarter. Will Mark to the midfielders spilling out of the bench. Joshua Bell-Carcel to the goal scorer Brennan Banks. Back to Bell-Carcel up from the U21 team. One of the younger members on this Puerto Rican squad. And Kevin Lewis. Brandon Alviles will look for his options. He'll kick it out deep. So you want to go one-on-one with his defender. Brandon Alviles gets around, switches hands, fires and scores. Lots of room on the field, and that athletic ability is flexed. 2-0 Puerto Rico. He took it out way deep, like this one-on-one matchup with Yella Meerman. Switches hands, uses his quick feet, finds free space. No one slides. Bullseye. Puerto Rico up 2-0, 5:57 to go first quarter. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship 2023 edition from San Diego, California.
Kids grow up, and it goes by fast. At Rady Children's, we're growing up too. Always looking for answers and new and better ways to care for your kids.
That's true.
Researching, innovating, breaking ground. As they soar to new heights,
Ignition.
we're ready for takeoff too.
Lift off.
We honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
Experience real in a whole new way. From the all-new Rescue Junior, where learning about saving animals is fun, to the icy mission of the all-new Arctic Rescue, the longest and fastest straddle coaster on the West Coast, and spectacular new shows, concerts, parades, and fireworks. All in a world you need to rediscover. Get tickets as low as $64.99 during our 4th of July sale. SeaWorld San Diego. Real amazing.
Brandon Alviles out of Syracuse University saw one-on-one a matchup that he could not refuse. Took the ball in from 40 yards from goal. Ran around Yella Merman. Got his hands free, switched hands for a nice open look and an outside rip, and he has Puerto Rico up 2-0. And they'll have the ball off of a procedure, the ensuing faceoff. First quarter action from Rady Field. There's another game going on the SDSU campus right now. Switzerland and Uganda playing, and USA taking on Israel. As the defensive chance start up, but they won't help that two-man game from the Puerto Ricans. Christian Lariano, low to high, 3-0. We get the second look, pass down low, cutter comes through. No one picks up or slides to take that cutter. And Lariano from Mercer University puts Puerto Rico up 3-0. Netherlands goals against was mid-pack so far this week. 8.2 goals against, 16th overall in a 30-team pool. Puerto Rico scoring an average of 10 even per game. That puts them in the top 7 here at the World Championship. Donovan Lacey out of Maryland, one of 2 Terrapins on this Puerto Rican team. Russell Melendez from rival Hopkins will move it along to Joshua Belcarcel. Brandon Alviles, one of the goal scorers, ambidextrous as he passes right. Shot, goal. Everything falling the way of Puerto Rico early in this lacrosse game, 4-0. Very similar look here. Instead of the cutter going, Blake Balin takes it towards the cage and fires one from the outside to beat Thomas Heitzma. Face-off battle, clean win by Puerto Rico. Right up the middle was Nicolas Vasquez. 49% at X through this championship. Russell Melendez. Showing off some fancy footwork as he tries to get topside. He's locked off of the long pole of Finn Arends. William Mercado. Behind the net to Kevin Lewis. Almost lost it in the setting sun. Justin Ukros will clear out. Does he want this one-on-one look again? Netherlands will have to help. Vierhar, shot. And that one trickles wide. Thomas Heitzma in the Netherlands goal. Pass inside, dropped him, it trickles in. Pass intended for Mercado. Hit a body and slips past Thomas Heitzma. 5-0 Puerto Rico. One of those starts. That one off of his stick and into the back of the net. Heitzma can't believe it. Punches his post, which sometimes can be a goalie's best friend. They'll credit Mercado with the goal. Puerto Rico's 5th. Final minute of play, first quarter. Another face-off win by Nicolas Vasquez. Slowed down by David Mealy. Joshua Belcarcel. Greeted by a long pole, chasing him up near midfield. Good little stutter step by Belcarcel. Has Alviles across the field. He'll spin away. Belcarcel again, spinning. Good footwork here by Belcarcel. Pass inside is dropped. Rebound's picked up by the Orange. They'll bomb upfield with just 9 seconds to go. Ground ball scrum, who wants it? It's picked up by Puerto Rico as a flag rains down on Rady Field. Loose ball push on Puerto Rico, so the Dutch will have the ball. 4.4 seconds to go. One quick shot. Four seconds for a quick outside shot. Almost too much time already. And another stop by Will Mark. 5 unanswered to start this lacrosse game. Banks, Alviles, Laureano, Balin, and Mercado, all Puerto Rico through 15. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego on ESPN+.
Discover the World Lacrosse apparel collection from Epic Lacrosse, the premier sponsor of the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Visit worldlac2023.shop and explore a diverse selection of designs that include the event's official logo, alongside custom apparel representing all affiliations in the competition. Don't miss this extraordinary opportunity to show your passion for the game and take home a piece of history.
The 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship is presented by Rady Children's Hospital. As the sun goes down, the players go down to take the face-off. Second quarter action. 15-minute intervals, running time until we get to under 30 seconds in the first, second, and third quarters. Stop time in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. And in overtime is necessary, where Puerto Rico spent yesterday afternoon against England before falling 7-6. Netherlands on offense. Brady Vibrance being chased behind the net by Donovan Lacey. Vibrance brings it around top side. And Donald Verschoor will take a look. Jelle Meerman, the midfielder. Over to big Eric Hoogveen out of Rotterdam. Hoogveen gets around his man off a pick from Van Ball. Pass low, hard to handle for Jake Bowman, and he drops it. Puerto Rican ball as they clear to midfield. Thomas O'Connell to Donovan Lacey. It's all about controlling pace. They do that off the clear. And the defense of the Netherlands can also try to control the pace by getting out on hands before the midfielders change for Puerto Rico. That's Jan-Jaap van Noort on his man. Now Puerto Rico will control from the perimeter. Joshua Bell Carcel wears number 1. Brennan Banks with a goal today, number 9. And that pass is lost off a Dutch stick and out of play into the corner as deep as you can get. And they're going to say it was off the Dutch stick. Well, back to Puerto Rico. Kevin Lewis from Lafayette College. Brennan Banks throws that one wide. Ball will stay with Puerto Rico. As the Dutch drop into their D. Kevin Lewis watching. Good ball movement here by Puerto Rico. Inside, shot high, and scored by Brennan Banks, 6-0.
5 goal, 11 assists.
The assist will come to Blake Balin as the Puerto Ricans keep the ball hot. 4 or 5 passes on this offensive set. No look, right down inside. Good head fake. And Banks makes it 6-0 on a good-looking goal in tight. Might have been Luis Lastava on the goal, actually. Well, pardon my correction there. Either way, it's 6-0 Puerto Rico. Big ground ball off of the draw. Where's it going? Procedure Netherlands. And their attackmen are wondering if they'll ever get the ball back. Kevin Lewis fakes the pass across the zone. Now he drops it for Lariano. Mercado. Is that efficient ball movement? Goes to work again. Blake Balin. Watched by Donald Verschoor. Winding up from the outside. Stepping into it off the crossbar and off campus. Hot shot from Justin Ukros. Puerto Rico regains. William Mercado to Christian Laureano. Laureano again. So we approach the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Pass down to the crease. Wide open as you can get. Steven Ramirez. This quick ball movement by the Puerto Rican offense just opening up chaos for the Netherlands D. Looks like he's going to shoot, then a nice pass across. 6-7-0. Bit of a zone defense for the Netherlands right now. And I don't know if it's the communication, but it's opening up these lanes for Puerto Rico on those passes. You might want to just see them switch to little man-on-man coverage, communicate the slides, and try to make it so those players aren't finding themselves wide open on the crease. Puerto Rico to the perimeter. Belcarcel to Kevin Lewis. No look pass again. This one time it's picked off. Good read by 91 Brady Vibrance, who sensed it. Can't give them that look over and over and over. Vibrance takes it away and he tries to clear to midfield. Vibrance bodied hard. Wrap check stripped. Aggressive on the forecheck and the ride by Blake Balin. He has the ball. Puerto Rico on the run. And they throw it away. Recovering there is the long pole, Nason Telemaco. They'll jump the ball carrier early with a couple midfielders caught upfield. Timeout Puerto Rico as they sense the pressure and the odd personnel trapped on that offensive set. 8:05 to go. Second quarter from Rady Field. We'll step away. You're watching the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego. 7-0 Puerto Rico on ESPN+.
growth, enrich the experience, field the best national teams. USA Lacrosse is proud to serve as the host nation of the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship, presented by Rady Children's Hospital. Find out more about what we do and why we do it at usalacrosse.com. Download the official event app for daily schedules, scores, stats, and more. Download the Superfan Loyalty app in the Android or Apple Store and search for 2023 World Lacrosse.
Puerto Rico bringing a little flash and flare to this lacrosse game. Fantastic ball movement. And they've scored 7 in a row to open the contest. 8:05 to go, second quarter. And a team that did not shoot a ton coming into the game. 23rd overall in shots for, but top 10 in goals for. But they're filling the back of the net to start this game. And spreading the love around, too. No one with a hat trick yet. I think only one player with a pair. A lot of different solo tallies. Everyone gets in on the action for a team that's trying to finish as high as 9th here in 2023. And that'll be 2 back-to-back top 10 finishes for Puerto Rico, who just burst onto the international scene at the tournament in 2018. Puerto Rico technically part of the U.S., but the IOC grants them their own country. So does the World Lacrosse Organization. Shot sails wide, and the Dutch will get the ball on offense for seemingly the first time in a long time. Ball's at midfield for Jan-Jaap van Oort. Ground ball battle on the clear. Dangerously close. Puerto Rico on the hard ride. The Dutch will get it across midfield. They were 50 for 58 clearing so far in this championship, 86.2%. As they get it across mid and try to find some life on O. Alderic van der Heide. To Jel Erik de Vries. To Bas Verhaar. And Casper Bovie will try to attack from behind the cage. Fakes one way, cuts the other, kicks it back up top. Shot bouncer. Will Mark got a piece of it. And it sails out of play. Dutch possession as they re-engage again. The long pole, Thomas O'Connell out of Maryland keeps his check at bay. Good defense from O'Connell. As Van der Heide cuts around, moving pick called on the Dutch. Ball goes right back to Puerto Rico. 5:19 to go. Second quarter. As the Dutch had a bit of pressure on the Puerto Rican clear. They were 48 for 54, 88.9%. Just slightly better than their friends from the Netherlands. And now Joshua Belcarcel will carry in to the offensive zone. Kevin Lewis jumped, so he kicks it off. Engaging from the outside, Brennan Banks. He moves it to Belcarcel. Down into the corner for Aviles, rather. As Banks to Belcarcel. Belcarcel. Aviles. Back around. Here's that nice ball movement by Puerto Rico again. That shot. Stick on hand, so it's fired wide by Kevin Lewis. Still with Puerto Rico, Joshua Belcarcel. Kevin Lewis winds up, fires one high and wide. Where are you watching from? Let's call it Where You At Wednesday. Let me know on Twitter at Brad Chow, CHALL. You watching your friends and family down on the field here? Day 7 of the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Where you at? Winding up from the outside. Good shot.
5 goals, 18 assists.
From Brennan Banks, who has another. It's just in and out of his stick in a heartbeat. As Ramirez picks up the assist on the shot from the point by Brennan Banks. Ball's kicked behind the net. There's the shot through traffic. 8-0 PR. As Banks has another. 2:55 to go in the first half. Big face-off with Muskins, Whelan Muskins, in his second World Championship for the Netherlands. Up against Nicolas Vasquez. The Dutch push it forward. Tucking underneath. Muskins takes it, passes, fakes, gets inside, in tight, scores! And the Dutch are on the board, Jake Bowman. It all starts at the draw. This one's not a clean win, it's just poked ahead. Good loose ball battle. Almost lost it there on the slow pickup from Muskins. But he passes over, tuck, go, shoot high, and the Dutch are on the board. 8-1, 2:06 to go first quarter. Back to the draw. Can they do it again? The Puerto Rican long pole, Nelson Telemaco, up from the U20 team. First men's world championship. As Balin will go to Mercado. Lariano has it, winding up from the outside. Balin, pass across the zone. Big hit, big save, but a flag down. Jan Schoon, number 99 for the Netherlands, looked like he had enough and blew up his man. See if that sets a bit of a tone to change the pace. Jan Chon, it's a 30-second interference call. The Puerto Rican man up will go to work. Hasn't been a lot of flags in this first half. That I don't mind. Does Belcarcel, fakes it, passes it, winding up from the outside, shot, and stopped by Heitzma. Back to Banks. Clock winding down on the man up. Taking it, shooting it wide, and Puerto Rico does not score on the man up. 19.3 seconds to go in the half. Timeout, Puerto Rico. The Netherlands have not used a timeout. Puerto Rico will use one here. See if they can add one more before the half is out. They scored 8 in a row to open the Dutch with the last goal from the stick of Bowman. As the Dutch will use this for a breather, a drink of water, and trying to figure out how they're going to make a defensive stand against a Puerto Rican offense that is full of weapons. Banks, Alviles, Lariano, Balin, Mercado have all found the back of the net to start this game. We also had a 5-0 score, the Swiss over top of Uganda at the end of 15. That game taking a similar shape and trend to this one here on Rady Field. You can keep track of all the schedules, all the scenarios at worldlax2023.com or on social media, hashtag WLMC. One last look from Puerto Rico. Lewis, long pole on him. Can't get around it. Good defense by the Dutch. This might not result in a shot, but it results in another flag as the horn sounds to end the half. Puerto Rico will start the second on the man up. They scored 8, and they're up by 7. Puerto Rico 8, the Netherlands 1. 30 minutes gone from the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego. First half highlights are next on ESPN Plus.
Attention all Lax fanatics. Adrenaline Lacrosse is the place to find men's and women's lacrosse uniforms, apparel, equipment, and
2 fouls on the play, both
Coaches,
are on
make sure to
orange.
head over to the Adrenaline
Orange,
Lacrosse
4,
booth in the Defender
hold,
Village to get a
30
free gift
seconds.
pack, including
Orange,
official hat
4,
of the national
push,
champions,
30
Notre Dame
seconds.
Lacrosse, plus
There'll be
more
no
to give away to
face,
your team.
there'll be white ball, attacking this way.
Download the official event app for daily schedules, scores, stats, and more. Download the Superfan Loyalty app on Android or Apple Store and search for 2023 World Lacrosse. Discover the World Lacrosse apparel collection from Epic Lacrosse, the premier sponsor of the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Visit worldlax2023.shop and explore a diverse collection of designs that include the event's official logo, alongside custom apparel representing all 30 nations in the competition. Don't miss this extraordinary opportunity to show your passion for the game and take
My
on
brain
a
was
piece
going
of
too fast
history.
to try to go through that.
Make sure you have your World Lacrosse playoff tickets from June 27th through July 1st. You won't want to miss the semifinal games on June 29th and of course finals day on Saturday, July 1st.
I mean, I'm fine with that. It sounded really loud. I just didn't know what you had, and I didn't think you could.
Continue
I
to
was
support
gonna
the
try to
lacrosse
verbalize
community
it.
of
I
San
wasn't
Diego
sure.
and the San
And
Diego
you
Seals.
would know what this
Cheer
would
on
be.
your local
And then I
professional
saw you go
lacrosse
like
team
this,
at
so I was fine
Topanga
with
Arena,
that.
San Diego for the 2023-24 season beginning in December. Visit sealslax.com
It
for
shows
season
everybody
tickets
that you're
and follow on
watching.
social media media
you're
at
making
Seal
sure
Blacks.
that nothing else is going to happen there, which is good. And that was good to say that. What about counting down? Coach doesn't give you music. That was the first thing I looked at to see.
So don't count down. Until the second.
Puerto Rican domination for the first chunk of this lacrosse game. They stormed out, bitter off of the overtime loss to England yesterday. They put up 8 in the first 30 minutes against the Netherlands. They've been averaging 10 a game, well on pace to shatter that here tonight from Puerto Rico. A well-rounded attack from a lot of different cashiers. Outside rip from Banks. We see Balin step in. Liriano gets one. Matt Lastava in on the action. A trickler from Mercado. Good hands in tight from Ramirez. Watch where these goals are coming from everywhere. The outside shot from Lastava there, who got credited Brennan Banks with that one earlier. My apologies, Matt Lastava, get your love. New York, Copenhagen, Amsterdam, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Thanks for checking us out on ESPN+. My name is Brad Challoner. The Puerto Ricans are on top of the Dutch 8-1 through 30 minutes of lacrosse action. Your Netherlands highlights are coming up next. It's the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California.
Kids grow up, and it goes by fast. At Rady Children's, we're growing up too. Always looking for answers and new and better ways to care for your kids.
That's true.
Researching, innovating, breaking ground. As they soar to new heights,
Ignition.
we're ready for takeoff too.
Lift off.
Kids grow up, and it goes by fast. At Rady Children's, we're growing up too. Always looking for answers and new and better ways to care for your kids.
That's true.
Researching, innovating, breaking ground. As they soar to new heights,
Ignition.
we're ready for takeoff too.
Lift off.
As the sun turns orange, the Orange Dutch try to chip back in this lacrosse game in the second half, being dominated by Puerto Rico 8-1 through 30 minutes. They saw a peppering from the Puerto Rican offense. Everyone getting involved. Tomas Heitzma had his work cut out for him. But the only goal for the Netherlands coming on off of a face-off battle. Ball was almost bobbled, but ends up into a nice pass, and then tuck, go, Jake Bowman beat Will Mark. That was the lone Dutch tally, and it was Heitzma keeping them into it, where it could have scored, would have been a little bit even more lopsided. Some nice stuff from 84 in orange, but a long way to go for the Netherlands. This game is for the 9 to 14 slot, so the winner of this game will move on and they will have a chance to battle for 9th overall. They've got one more hurdle to clear before that, and the loser of this game will have a chance to play for the 13 hole at the 2023 World Championships. 13, much better than where the Dutch finished in 2018 when they finished 22nd overall. Puerto Rico finished 8th at the last tournament. A chance for another top 10 finish, which would be huge for the growing lacrosse population in Puerto Rico. 7-goal hole for the Dutch. Second half action is next. You're watching the 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego on ESPN+. Second half action from Rady Field. 8-1 Puerto Rico and the man up, so they will start with possession to open the half. The Dutch have switched their goaltender, Ernie Alberts, now in his second World Lacrosse Men's Championship between the pipes for the Netherlands. And I believe Puerto Rico will do the same, as Will Ramos will take over for Will Mark. Ramos played just under 60 minutes, has 6 even goals against average and a 60% save percentage. He of Albany University. As the Puerto Rican man up will go to work. Nice fancy spin by Belcarcel as a shot sails wide from Mercado. Balls to the top to Mercado. He'll step into one. He's hammered on the play as well. And another flag coming up to the orange.
Stop the clock, please. Stop the clock, please. Stop the clock, please.
Thank you for tuning in wherever you are around North America, around the world. We say good morning in Amsterdam. Thanks for checking us out on ESPN+. Lots of New York tuning in to this one, and not surprising, so many good lacrosse schools all over New York. All over New York, whether you're talking upstate, Capital Region, Long Island, all over the great state of New York, lacrosse is being played at the highest of levels and has been for the longest of times, the hotbed of our sport. When this championship went to Denver in 2014, it turned a burgeoning lacrosse market into one of the leading lacrosse markets in America, and they're hoping the afterglow of this tournament might do the same thing in SoCal. Lots of varsity lacrosse being played in Southern California. More and more players from this area getting recruited to big schools. And this championship always leaves a bit of an afterglow as it makes an impression on young players, young kids and families, wherever it travels. Traditionally, we sometimes have found out where the next World Championship will be as it's announced on the last couple days of the current event. That will not be happening this year. I had Jim Shear, president of World Lacrosse, on the Lacrosse Classified podcast earlier this week. Asked him that question. He said, no, they've got too much on their plate right now to announce that. They're going to be going for the World Box Lacrosse Championships in upstate New York. We've got the Women's World Championship in Hong Kong. There's going to be a U19 tournament. Before that, they'll announce the next World Championship probably in a couple years down the road. Lots of events they want to put their focus and attention on first. Where would you like to see it go? I think Europe would be fun again. It was in Manchester once before. Maybe Puerto Rico one day, as the Dutch carry the ball in on offense. Brady Vibrance will wind up from the outside and sail it wide. They'll start with it far corner. Yell Eric De Vries. Being watched by David Mealy. De Vries will run behind Cage. Two Dutch defenders back there. Trying to come around top side is the goal scorer, Bowman. Back to De Vries. Rolls one. Out of play. And I'll stick with the Dutch. Eric Hoogving out of Rotterdam. Marked by the long pole, Thomas O'Connell out of Maryland, his second World Championship. Eric Hoogving. Double comes over, hacks the big Dutchman down to the ground, but flag on the play as Telemaco looks to the sky. He thought he was just playing some nice physical D's. We get another look. That was okay. It's going to be the trip there on number 12, Thomas O'Connell. 1 minute for the trip. Dutch to the man up, but a chance to get back on the board. Referees calling a timeout and conversing right now by the Puerto Rican bench. Oh, they switched it. They gave the penalty to Rodriguez as O'Connell came out. Most important piece of the puzzle, the Dutch man up goes to work. Van der Horst to Van Ball. Being chased is De Vries. He'll pull out. Go back to top center to Van Ball. Everyone gets a touch. It's behind the net now. Bowman switches hands, makes the pass. Top center, one more. Down to the crease. They had the cutter coming through. Vanderhyde, but not able to bring the pass in. Vanderhorst fakes, looks. One more. Motion comes around. Good defense by Thomas O'Connell once again. The Dutch still in control. Van Ball. Vanderhorst. Penalty expires. Back to 6v6. Shot from the outside stings a defender on the way through. Shot off the bounce. That one stopped. And Ramos has his first save. Thomas Rodriguez lobs it across, trying to clear is David Mealy. Gets across midfield and gives it to Donovan Lacey. Lacey will play deep to Russell Melendez. Justin Ukros. He'll wait for the right midfielders to come on. Christian Lariano with a goal. 8-1, no goals here yet in the third quarter, 8:40 to play. This is Rady Field at SDSU. One of two games happening here right now. The USA taking on Israel at San Diego University. Torero Stadium, beautiful, beautiful facility. One of 6 gorgeous facilities we've been playing on this week. Loreno to Lewis, flags on the play. Gonna get a slashing call on the Netherlands. Puerto Rican man up when we come back. 8 to go, third quarter. It's 8-1 Puerto Rico on ESPN+.
Make sure you have your World Lacrosse playoff tickets from June 27th through July 1st. You won't want to miss their semifinal games on June 29th, and of course, final days on Saturday, July 1st at Snapdragon Stadium. Look at worldlax23.com for single-day passes. Continue to support the lacrosse community of San Diego with the San Diego Seals. Cheer on your local professional lacrosse team at the Chandler Arena San Diego for the 2023-24 season beginning in December. Visit the information booth on the concourse or head to sealsblacks.com for season tickets and follow on social media at sealsblacks.
Yeah, 99 again, boys. Get used to it. They're going to keep calling it like that. Maybe one of you guys will dodge and make it interesting.
Puerto Rican offense flinging the ball around really well in half number 1. They haven't had a lot of touches here in half number 2 yet to test the new-ish Dutch goaltender Ernie Alberts. He's been in net to start this third quarter, but possession has been mostly controlled by the Orange. Puerto Rico will try to get a sustained offensive look here. They are on the man up. They'll get into position. Quickly moving the ball from X was Lastava. Back to Belcarcel. Joshua Belcarcel to Kevin Lewis. Back to Lastava. Ball's a little low. He recovers. Ball goes to Balin. Motion starts Belcarcel. Far side, Mercado. Back to top center. Belcarcel. Back pedals. Looking for a dish. Melendez open. No look pass across the zone. Steps into it. And the first step for Ernie Alberts is a big save for the Dutch. In some trouble on the clear, though, as Alberts will lob it ahead. And Rikuf, Graham Rikuf, is off to the races. Behind the Puerto Rican net, trying to spin top side, shooting, and that one stopped by Ramos. Hill slows. The Dutch put it right back in to Puerto Rican hands. Thomas Rodriguez. Penalty over. Back to 6-on-6. Nowhere to dish right now for Ramos. Moves it to the pole. Lorenzo Ramos, goaltender bodied by Bowman. In some pressure now as Puerto Rico gets to midfield, but the ball is dropped on the ride from Vanderheide. Now Puerto Rico would just use their athleticism to leg it out. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez in 89. And now Melendez to Justin Ukros. Kaiser University for 77 in white. As he skips it across field, Luriano. Behind the net is Kevin Lewis. Switches hands, kicks off. Quick feet to get up top. Blake Balin, he moves it, the pass is dropped. Rolling to the end line, almost saved. Out of play on the drop pass. Dutch ball, under 5 to go. Third quarter. No goals yet by either side in this quarter number 3. Sun has set in San Diego. Sunglasses turned to just regular glasses. Fans starting to cover up a little bit as the temperature drops here when the sun goes down. The 1 o'clock start is the hottest start time for these teams. What's been a perfect week weather-wise. But 10 a.m. you still get a little cloud coverage. By the end of that game, it starts heating up. The 1 o'clock starts are cookers. 4 o'clock games start pretty hot. Then these 7 o'clocks are quite cool as the sun goes down around 8 p.m. here in SoCal. Puerto Rican flags on the play. And the Dutch will go to the man up with 4 exactly to go in the third quarter. See if they can make the most of this possession. It's all about ball movement for the Netherlands. They don't really have a ankle-breaking one-on-one dodger like Puerto Rico has in spades. It's going to be all about movement. See if you can find a Jake Bowman open. As they cycle the ball around now. 56 up top is Jurek Van Ball. He'll wind up. He'll shoot as wide of the net. Bowman had 2-man-up goals in pool play. And we're back to 6v6. Shovel shot goes wide from De Vries. The Dutch are there into the corner first. Joost van der Hoest up from the U20 team. He tries to get top side. Nice double slide help from Thomas O'Connell to take that look away. De Vries to Van Ball, his third world championship. The lengthy midfielder leans into his defender, kicks it behind the net. Back around on the top. De Vries, he'll lean. He's pushed to the outside. Around the cage. A one-on-one D, shovels it across, and it's picked up by Lorenzo Ramos. .44 did not see that coming. Thomas Rodriguez Took a push on the back from Bowman. He was looking to clear up field, bobbled that Lucy a little bit, and just a hard collision there with Bowman, who's going to sit down for a push on the back. Back to the man up for Puerto Rico, who have yet to score a third quarter goal after scoring 8 in the first half. Is this the recipe to get them off the schneid? Matt Lestava to Russell Melendez. Lestava at the point on this power play. Back to Lestava, winds up. Melendez kicks it low, back to Melendez. Belcarcel. Melendez has it, draws back, has Lestava, moves it. Floats a pass inside. Belcarcel down in the crease. One more shot is wide on the sharp angle from Steven Ramirez. Dutch kill off the penalty. 6-on-6, final minute, third quarter. Haven't seen a goal in a while. Lestava is going to pull it out. Behind the net, Melendez says slow it. Let's just wait for the last shot of this quarter. Back to Lestava. Takes a stab at his defender. Stutter step to the side. Good follow. Belcarcel. Pass inside. Scores! Catch, spin, shoot. All in one motion for Kevin Lewis. 9-1. First goal of the third quarter, and it comes with 26.2 seconds left. The feed from Belcarcel to Lewis, who spins and goes low to high. Fools Ernie Alberts. 9-1. Procedure called on the draw on the Netherlands. So Puerto Rico will have the last shot of the quarter. 14 seconds to work with. Caught to the outside right now. Coming around top side, Mercado takes a shot from a sharp angle and scores. Stings the far side low corner. And Puerto Rico hits double digits. Four seconds on the clock. He asked for the nice pick there. Vasquez sets it. Does an entire lap of the offensive zone pretty much. And then throws it low. William Mercado in his first world championship. Men's world championship, that is. Was a member of the U20 team. Maybe a quick look by Puerto Rico as he launches it. Stings Lewis. 45 up, 15 to go. We waited so long to see goals in that third quarter. Then Puerto Rico with two late. They lead 10-1. This is the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from San Diego, California. Fourth quarter action next on ESPN+.
In 2024, World Lacrosse will host the Women's Under-20 Championship in Hong Kong, China, and the Men's and Women's Box Championship in New York. Mark your calendars now and join us for these major events August 15th through the 25th in Hong Kong, China, and September 13th through the 22nd in Utica. More information can be found at worldlacrosse.sport. That's the World San Diego Experience
The 2023 World Lacrosse Men's Championship is sponsored by Rady's Children's Hospital, the largest children's hospital on the West Coast, ranked among the 10 best children's hospitals in the nation. They've been an amazing supporter of this event over the past week, and we are on Rady Field here at SDSU, home of the Aztecs. He's got a shot of Tony Gwynn Stadium in the background. San Diego sports legend. And the Padres, Tony Gwynn. Every sport represented here at SDSU. And if you could get here in the next couple days to watch your team play their last game or two, do yourself a favor. Get down. And if not, we appreciate you hanging out on ESPN+. Shout out to the Suntan Superman, Coach Mowry, everybody tuning in across the great nation to watch the Creators game, the Medicine game. Puerto Rico with a 10-1 lead. Fourth and final quarter. Winner of this game will play Ireland tomorrow in the 9-12 hole. Still a chance to finish 9th overall if they get past the Irish. And the loser of this game will play Hong Kong for 13th. And as I ramble, Puerto Rico dangles and scores. Nice handle by Blake Balin out of Stony Brook University. Puts Puerto Rico up 11-1. So if you're a Puerto Rican fan, 10-goal lead here in the fourth quarter, you can start studying the Irish. But huge strides for Puerto Rico in this tournament to play the big game yesterday against England. Pool A team take them all the way to overtime. Fans were buzzing about that game here yesterday at SDSU up at the sports deck. And Puerto Rico will have another offensive look with 12:45 to go. Kevin Lewis and the Puerto Rican fans starting to make some noise here late. That ball, nice pass down to the crease. One more, and it's stopped by Alberts. Good ball movement once again by Puerto Rico. That is their MO, is how fluidly this ball swings around. Hot sticks. Blake Balin. Juking, spinning. One-handed grab by Lewis. And he'll try again. Flag on the play for the Dutch. They've been penalized quite a bit tonight. Puerto Rico tries to get top side. Pass, one more, it's dropped. And the flags and the whistles will go. 11:39 to play, man-up advantage for Puerto Rico. They scored just 3 man-up goals so far in this tournament, and that's 19th best out of the 30-team pool. So other highlights for Puerto Rico. Russell Melendez right now is a top 10 point and goal scorer in this World Championship. Shot from the outside, hard stinger from Belcarcel. Alberts turns it away. Back to Belcarcel. Shooting from the outside, stick save by Alberts. Matt Lastava tried to go high, and Alberts read it. Clearing to midfield, it's poked loose. Ground ball goes sky high and out of play. Off of Telemaco. So the Netherlands back on offense. trying to look for their second goal. Running behind the net at X. Highest goal total for the Netherlands was 12 in a win against Korea. Their goals per game is 7.4, 19th overall. As Donovan Lacey will clear past a couple defenders. Kevin Lewis was top 10 in goals in this tournament back in 2018. Lewis backpedals to the corner, kicks it to X. Back up to the top side for Christian Lariano. William Mercado fights his way. Man inside, spinning, shooting. Lewis tried to go bouncer. He slipped his way to the middle. Puerto Rico still in control. Under 9 we go. Illegal pick called. The Dutch will head to midfield. Flag on the play. I didn't see that on ball. Might have been on sportsmanlike or delay a game. We'll wait for the call here. Illegal procedure on Blake Balin for Puerto Rico. Dutch man up. Van Ball, Van der Horst. Back to Van Ball. To the point. Van der Horst moves it behind the net. Bowman to a cutter, scores! Alderic Vanderheide penetrates the heart of the D and gets the second goal of the night for the Netherlands. They're down by 9, 7:34 to go. The World Lacrosse Men's Championship on ESPN+.
At Morgan Stanley, old school hard work meets bold new thinking. At 87 years old, we still see the world with the wonder of new eyes, helping you discover untapped possibilities and relentlessly working with you to make them real. Old school grit, new world ideas, Morgan Stanley.
Kids grow up, and it goes by fast. At Rady Children's, we're growing up too. Always looking for answers and new and better ways to care for your kids.
That's true.
Researching, innovating, breaking ground. As they soar to new heights,
Ignition.
we're ready for takeoff too.
Liftoff.
Puerto Rico Lacrosse was only established back in 2015. They joined the Federation of International Lacrosse in 2016, and then their men's national team was the first to participate from Puerto Rico in a sanctioned competition in 2018 at this tournament where they finished 8th. They've since made a splash on the international scene. The women's program was followed shortly after in 2017, and they made their debut in 2019 at the FIL Women's U19, where they went 4-0 in pool play. So men or women, Puerto Rico making a splash on the international lacrosse scene. This team 7 minutes and 18 seconds away from sealing this one, and then playing against the Irish for a chance to keep 9th place in their sights. It'll be another top 10 finish most likely, or could be another top 10 finish for Puerto Rico if they get past the Irish. The Netherlands looking like they'll have a date with Hong Kong and play for 13th overall. They came into the tournament ranked 22nd. That'll be an improvement for the Dutch that they can build upon. But they're down by 9, 6:42 to go. And Bas Verhaar loses the ball with the quick-footed Brennan Banks behind him. Banks applies a little pressure. Takes a bump there from Alvilez. Thanks for hanging out on ESPN Plus. My name is Brad Challoner. I've been with you all week. Sincerely appreciate you guys contributing online, being such a part of this tournament, letting us little nuggets of information on some of these players. 30 teams here. A lot of homework, but always appreciate when you guys tuning in that are a lot closer to some of these players can sprinkle little factoids on us on social media. Appreciate you participating all week long and here tonight on ESPN Plus. The Netherlands on offense, working the ball around the perimeter. Jork van Bal, his 3rd world championship, to Joost van der Hoest. Now van der Heide. Top center for Van Bal. The Dutch were called on stall warning on their very first possession of the game. Feels like so long ago now. As we approach 5 to go. The nightcap set of games. USA all over Israel right now. The Swiss on top of Uganda. So it looks like Uganda, who goes down swinging in every game, fights for every loose ball, fights to every whistle. Been one of the most popular teams to just be around at this campus. Will play for 29th overall tomorrow against Denmark. Not the 29-30 game. Puerto Rico will live to fight another day against the Irish as they battle to the middle of the field and they score. Brandon Aviles cuts through the middle and rolls one off the turf. The quick-footed Belcarcel. And then low to low from Aviles. 12-2. Ten-goal difference, not quite the biggest margin of victory this tournament for Puerto Rico as they ganged up on Sweden 16-4. Do they have a couple more in them to have this be their biggest margin? I think their statement game, despite the loss, was yesterday, taking the Pool A English all the way to overtime. Those are the moments that I think the international lacrosse community and the Puerto Rican lacrosse community can look back on and say, we hung with this Pool A team to OT and feel we're good enough to be there. Similar strides. Jamaica playing against Canada today. That was big for the island nation to get that far. Japan and Haudenosaunee, Hong Kong and Haudenosaunee. Just some of the highlights of the past week, and we're not done yet. A couple more days to go. $30 left and a 90-second timeout. Teams get 2 per half. They can use them anytime. I've seen some teams use them almost back-to-back at points in this tournament. Dutch on offense, 2 goals on the board, 3:11 to go. And if they want this to be their learning experience, hopefully the coaching staff is drawing something up right now that they can try to take advantage of. Shot turned aside by Ramos. That ball's jarred free by Hoogveen, who bodied his man. Running for the loose ball at midfield with a head of steam is Telemaco. Goes across field. And Balin being chased. The aggressive Dutch D in the final couple seconds here. Everyone getting another touch for Puerto Rico. Matt Lastava. Cross field we go. Everyone getting in on the action. William Mercado. Back to Luriano. Back to Lastava. Dutch spread out. One-on-one opportunity for Mercado to take his pole. Runs into a defender. Shot. We're going to get a moving pit called on Puerto Rico. Dutch possession, under 2 to go. Ernie Alberts, who's only allowed 4 in this second half, came in relieved of Tomas Heitzma and has filled in admirably. And the Dutch just 1 goal so far. 1 goal in the first half, 1 goal in the second. As they kept it closer here in the second half, they'll call another timeout. And again, use this learning experience. If I'm this Dutch coaching staff, they're doing the right thing right now. Try to run another offensive set play. Get another goal. Don't worry about what it says on the scoreboard or getting back out here to some tacos back at the dorm. It's all about the next 90 seconds. They gather around the defense as well. So the offense will run a set play. And talking to the defense, probably about jumping the ball and just getting aggressive here in this final 90. Go out with a bang. But a nice flex tonight by Puerto Rico. Their offense was flinging the ball around with urgency and purpose. They have the Dodgers, but they've also got great ball movement. A lot of their goals coming tonight off of assists. Eric Hugavin. The Bas Vermos. Donovan Lacey watches him. He hands off behind the net, played right into the hands of the Puerto Rican D. That's unfortunately for the Dutch not how they wanted to end it. As Telemaco ruins their plans. He's had a pretty good game, though. Long pole up from the U20 team. Fast feet, aggressive defender, good on the clear. Nice weapon for this team. 30 seconds to go. Mailed up the field off of a stick and out of play. Now the Dutch will go back up the other way. Ball sailed to midfield. Look out as 3 Puerto Rican jerseys descend on Vanderhoest. And they'll get the ball. Procedure, though, on Puerto Rico. No one wants this last offensive set, seemingly. As Vanderhoest tries to clear. The Dutch fall by 10 to Puerto Rico and their high-flying offense. Puerto Rico will play the Irish tomorrow. They can finish now between 9th and 12th. The Netherlands will play Hong Kong for 13th overall on the planet. Puerto Rico, after a Pool A overtime loss, flexed their muscle tonight against the Dutch, who share some hugs and heads held high as they will climb about 10 spots over their last world ranking. That'll do it for us here at Rady Field. 1 week in the books at the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. Playoffs continue tomorrow. Find all the action at worldlax2023.com. My name is Brad Challoner. Thank you for spending your evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are with us. Hope you enjoyed watching the Creators Game on the world stage here from San Diego. For Josh and the crew in the truck, thank you for hanging out. It's the World Lacrosse Men's Championship from sunny San Diego, 2023 edition. Peace out.